Across the UK, thousands of families are suffering from a new form of violence.
I wanna fuck you up. Get out of my way!
He hits me, punches me, kicks me.
Stop it. Go upstairs and be a good boy.
He's tried stabbing me. He's plotted to kill me in the middle of the night.
I'm fucking at you! Get off!
It's a type of domestic abuse so extraordinary that many refuse to even acknowledge its existence.
I think the reasons for the hiddenness is the shame, it's the guilt. And how can I tell somebody about that?
I'm not going to stand for him punching and kicking me again, like me Molly. I suppose he gets locked up, then he'd have to get locked up.
Helplines are receiving over 11,000 calls a year from adults being physically abused in their own home. But they can't leave because the abuse is coming from their own children.
He's quite uncontrollable and it's hard. You can't get him back down from where he's gone. You cannot reason with him.
Frankie, fuck you up.
I don't want to be scared of him, I want to love him, but sometimes I don't like him.
This film looks at the world of child-on-parent violence and witnesses what happens to the families trying to cope while stretched to their emotional limits. In Southampton, 9-year-old JJ is in many ways just like any other child. But the similarities with other children his age stop when JJ loses his temper.
Out of my way! Ow! Right, listen. Off of me! Ow! Get off!
My mum would probably describe me as quite a strange child.
Get off!
No, calm down.
Sometimes I shout at them or call them mean names. Sometimes I can really hurt people.
Stop pulling my hair. Stop pulling my hair.
Sometimes when I get really angry, my mum calls me the Incredible Hulk.
For Mum Bobby, stepdad Lee, and JJ's 2 older sisters, coping with JJ's violent outbursts is a daily battle.
Go away!
He's tried stabbing me. He's plotted to kill me in the middle of the night. We've had incidences from he's absolutely wrecked the bedroom, thrown everything around the bedroom. He's barricaded himself in the bedroom so you can't actually open the door and get to JJ at all. He's hit everybody, punched me, kicked me, pulled my hair. I can't remember everything.
Go away!
It's horrendous. I don't think I've seen many kids like that, to be fair. A few experiences with him. I think the worst one was the air freshener in my eyes, I think.
JJ suffers from a number of challenging behavioural difficulties, which can see his temper erupt at the slightest provocation.
You're going to calm down now.
Ah!
Why are you angry today?
I hate you! Ah!
Do you want me to take you upstairs? If you carry on hitting me, I will take you upstairs. You're not having the iPad.
Alright.
No, you're not. Let's go upstairs.
Mum Bobby has witnessed his behaviour becoming more and more aggressive since he was a baby.
Do you want to go out on your bike for a little while?
Shut up.
JJ has got the most awful temper I've ever met in a child in my life. When you consider this little boy is so normal looking, but inside his head, there's so much going on. You're going to calm down now.
No! Get off!
I hate you.
Do you know, when you've put up with the type of behaviour that I've put up with from JJ for so long, you kind of, like, become immune to it. JJ, enough.
I hate you!
Really, JJ?
I hate you!
For the last 2 months, JJ has been homeschooled by Mum Bobby after a recent violent incident saw him permanently removed from his specialist school.
2, 3, 4 on there. His last school photograph. Usual day, he had a big kick-off. You can see his face is all bright red. He's got a mark across his cheek. The school haven't been able to cope with him for some time. I don't think the teachers understood him very well. And I think they didn't handle him very well. And because of that, his behaviour became even more challenging.
The worst thing I've ever done, really. Probably put a teacher in hospital because I almost broke her wrist, and another teacher in hospital because I detached her retina.
At some points, there were 6 adults trying to deal with one 9-year-old boy, and they still couldn't deal with him.
Reports of child-on-parent violence are becoming increasingly common as the issue gains more attention.
Child-parent violence, I think, is an incredibly hidden problem, and I think it's far more common than we, perhaps as a society, we acknowledge. And I think the reasons for the hiddenness is the shame, it's the guilt, it's how can my child be being violent to me, and how can I tell somebody about that?
Families all over Britain, previously too ashamed to admit the problem, are slowly beginning to come forward and reveal the scale of the abuse they face in their own homes.
This is LBC with James O'Brien.
Parents living in fear of abusive and violent teenagers are being left without support.
I was having this problem with my son.
We've had 5 years of physical violence.
When a child turns on a parent, what can you, as the parent, actually do?
He's kicked, he's punched.
I just don't know what to do.
There can be many complex reasons behind this growing number of violent outbursts in the home.
So the complex issues that might cause the anger, if a child has heard or witnessed domestic violence, mental health issues, substance misuse, and we're talking extreme parenting styles.
7-year-old Franklin also lives in Southampton with his mum, Tracy.
The front room that you watch telly. In here is the kitchen. Up here is the bathroom there. This is my bedroom. And that's my TV to watch DVDs and videos.
Frankie has episodes of short-temperedness. He could be playing, and then if it doesn't go right, regardless of whatever toy he's playing with, he'll smash the toy up. He hits me, punches me, kicks me, pulls my hair, pushes me. He's pushed me down the stairs quite a few times. His violence is quite bad.
In an attempt to avoid violent confrontations with her son, Franklin is allowed to play his own choice of video games.
Do you play Grand Theft Auto?
I play Grand Theft 5.
And what's that like? What do they do in that?
They do really violent things, but I've already killed Trevor. And that was when he just ended the game.
You did. You completed Grand Theft Auto at the grand age of 7, didn't you? Grand Theft Auto isn't obviously ideal for him, but since he's learnt the game, he has learned his left and right, he's learned how to do the map to get from A to B, which is amazing.
Bedtime is a common flashpoint between most children and parents, but for Tracy, it's the time of day she fears the most.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Go. Frankie!
Fuck you up.
Frankie!
Well, you even fucking know it.
Leave me alone.
I'm fucking hating you.
Franklin usually resists going to bed on time and is rarely asleep before 11 p.m. most nights.
This is how much I fucking swear. Yeah, you fucking cunt.
I feel, hand on heart, he has a split personality. I think there's 2 sides to my son. One minute he can be very calm, very loving, and then the other side, he's quite, he's quite uncontrollable, and it's hard. I wouldn't. Stop it. Go upstairs and be a good boy.
I'm fucking at you.
Upstairs. I've had enough.
Do you have anger issues? Do you get angry?
Yeah, really quickly. About 1 second. If someone pushes me, I get really, really angry.
I've had enough. Go to bed.
Go to fucking sleep.
If you talk to that again, I'm going to have to come up and smack you.
Because when people wind me up, I really feel like I want to rip them up and beat them up.
Go to sleep.
No, you fucking
Half the time it's just like, oh, why? I have cried, yeah, I've cried with him, and I've said to him I can't cope with this anymore. And he's okay for maybe 24 hours and then it just goes back in motion again.
For parents living in a constant state of fear from their own child, coping with the sense of isolation is often the hardest to bear.
Well, that's 44 seconds of what I normally put up with every day, every day.
In the last 5 years, there's been a staggering rise in the number of parents reporting abuse from their children right across the country. In Sunderland, 14-year-old Brett's violence towards his mum has escalated to the point where police have had to install a panic alarm in their house. Brett's last attack saw him strangle his mum until she lost consciousness.
He's sitting here now, there's no butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. We'll catch him on a bad day when he's trying to kill us. I wasn't that scared when he was younger, it's as he's getting older. But it was still, still the punches and the kicks would, still hurt. I used to be covered in bruises. He's tried to pull us under a bus.
I have not. I have.
Thank you. He's tried to put me through shop windows. He's tried to throw me down the stairs.
Brett suffers from both visual and hearing disabilities and has become increasingly violent since he was 6 years old.
I think he will kill us, and I'm being truthful. I always put it down to his disabilities, but I think I'm just fobbing myself off. I'm just covering for him, sort of thing. I know he's my bairn and I love him to death, but I'm not going to stand for him punching and kicking me again, like Nemo, like. I suppose he gets locked up, then he'll have to get locked up. Because I've got other kids to think about.
Most local authorities simply don't have a framework in place to help with this hidden form of abuse, so it's often left to charities to cope with this growing problem.
The Respect programme is a programme aimed towards children and young people between the ages of 10 and 15 years. Have shown signs of anger, frustration. The programme itself, it's very much based around anger management.
For the past 3 months, Jane and Vicky have been working intensively with Brett and Lynn on a specific plan to help bring his violence to an end.
Hello. How are you?
Hi.
What's been happening?
I want medication for him.
Right.
Oh, can I tap him up? He just thinks he can hit everybody, bite everybody. He's getting very, very aggressive.
And where is he now?
Upstairs.
Hiya, Brett. Are you there?
Aye.
Are you going to come down?
Lynn's 2 elder children have left home, but she often cares for her 5 grandchildren in the house, which can cause flashpoints for Brett.
He's nearly lashing out and stuff like that.
Jane said, do you want me to snap your neck to me? It's not my fault.
I'm only asking you.
A taxi for... Took him out the way, so took me out the way.
You were more aggressive. He was trying to get out the road, so
I was trying to move his phone out the way, and then he said, do you want us to snap your neck? Do you want me to snap your neck?
When tensions are so close to the surface, it's vital that systems are put in place to diffuse violent outbursts.
This is a traffic light system that we've got in place. So Mum was a little bit worried about what happens when you first come in from school. If you'd had a really bad day at school and you're feeling angry, when you come through the door, I want you to put your name on the red. So as soon as you are on red, Mum knows straight away you need to go take yourself away. So you're going to go to your bedroom and you're going to stay there for 30 minutes. So it's going to be really important that we do look at using this tool so that Mum knows exactly what she needs to do in order to keep herself safe and keep other people safe as well. So where are we going to put it? Fantastic.
Aggression like this, coming from children, can make both its causes and outcomes incredibly unpredictable.
It isn't normal. Children shouldn't be hitting their parents, but sadly it is a very, very common situation now. You know, I think there's this myth that somehow you're just supposed to be able to cope as a parent. We need to get rid of that myth and start being honest about the stresses that parents are under.
For Tracy, mum of 7-year-old Franklin in Southampton, the situations she faces on a daily basis are becoming increasingly stressful.
He got angry one day and he said to me, I've had enough, I'm going to stab you. First, I thought he was joking until I heard the knife drawer. He come over here, this is my knife drawer, And this is the knife he uses. And he went to attack me with this. And first thing I done was touch that, because obviously he had his hand there, touch that so I wouldn't get hurt. And I said, Frankie, put it down. And as I'm trying to take it off him, he goes, I effing hate you, and started swearing and cussing at me. So I managed to get the knife off of him. By that time, he had a pair of scissors and he's trying to stab himself. You know, you've just got to be careful when he has like outbursts and things, because you just don't know what he's going to grab. My emotions are very low. I've said to him, Mum, he can't cope. And when he's angry, he will say he doesn't care, he hates me. He says he doesn't want to be angry. He doesn't want to hurt people, but he's so angry inside he can't help it.
The cause of Franklin's anger is something Tracy has tried hard to understand.
I had my first when I was 17, then I had my second just after I was 18, then I had a big gap, and I had my third literally 10 years later, and then I had Frank, which is also another 10 years later. So I do feel sometimes it's my fault for having him later on in life.
Tracy looks after Franklin on her own, while also juggling a part-time job as a carer. She's no longer with Franklin's father, Frank Sr. He struggles to devote a lot of time to his son.
I've got 5 children. I've got a 24-year-old. I've got 3 20-year-olds, and then little Frank. He's a lovely little boy. He's got a lovely side to him, and then he's got a really horrible side to him. Mama, it's very hard to give him everything he can possibly wish for. You know, she does the best she can for him, but I think we all try to do the best we can for our kids. Sometimes, sadly, it's not enough though, is it?
I would say there has to be equal balance of love and limits. A child needs to have limits, boundaries, they need to have consequences, but as a parent, you need to put that in place in a loving way. So there has to be the balance. It's love and limits.
Why do you think he is angry? Where do you think it comes from?
I don't know, maybe it's because we was angry when we were probably naughty, we were a little angry when we were little.
History's repeated.
Yeah, well, I think it's come from your side, because my side was very disciplined.
Oh, thanks.
I think so, yeah, because you were quite a naughty girl, wasn't you?
Yes, I was a naughty girl.
Your mum and dad probably used to let you get away with murder.
No, Mum and Dad didn't.
Didn't they?
No. If I was naughty, I got slapped like everybody else did. I mean, yeah, I wasn't a very nice child and I wasn't a very nice teenager, but I was never to the extreme with him. I'd never hit my mum.
For me, I just feel sorry for her, because I said to her, if she doesn't get it under control, by the time he's 10 years old, he's going to be out of control. She won't be able to control him. You know, he'd be telling you when to go to bed.
The level of discipline and boundaries put in place by parents isn't the only reason why children have violent outbursts. For some, like 9-year-old JJ, the issues can be far more complex.
What do you have? I was diagnosed with ADHD, ODD. They think I've got OCD. They think I've got Asperger's, I think. I think ODD means oppositional defiance disorder. I don't know what ADHD or any of the others mean though.
Having been excluded from school for the past 4 months, JJ has finally been offered a place in a specialist school that deals with children who have challenging behavioural needs.
Guess what? You're going back to see the school.
When?
Friday. School have now phoned me just now and said, can I bring JJ in to quickly refresh him and look round and everything in a view for him to start straight after Easter. So we've still got about another 4 weeks for JJ to be home, and then he will be going back to school.
Getting JJ placed in a new specialist school would be a major step forward in controlling his extreme behaviour.
I worry that if the last school couldn't deal with JJ, is this next school going to cope with JJ? He is quite extreme.
As the day of the school visit finally arrives, the pressure is on to ensure JJ makes a good impression.
Are you excited about going to your new school?
Not really.
No. So you're going to be on your best behaviour today, aren't you? And we're going to have a really good day today.
Come on, then, let's go.
We've got him dressed today, as you see, which is a bonus. He was refusing to go this morning, but now he seems okay to go. But by the time it gets time to leave, he might not go. Go and find a jacket.
But with JJ's challenging behaviour, Even the simplest task of getting him ready can test Bobby's patience to the limit.
Right, we need to get shoes on now. Which shoes do you want to wear? Come on. We'll say to him, we're going to do this today, and you're trying to keep him on a very even keel.
This is what I do.
It does go from hiding under the furniture, and then I will literally get under the furniture with him and try calming him down. And that can go from a 10-minute chat to a 2-hour. Go on then. What? Go in your room and get it, I'll count.
Typical morning, really. He got up and just wanted to watch TV, and then you try and get him to engage and do things, he's just not bothering, so it's just the same normal thing at the moment.
Oh, come on, quickly, so we've got to go.
I'll beat you up.
That was so easy. So impressed.
I want to go to school.
You do, come on.
No, I don't.
Go and open the car, please, because it's going to be an issue now, isn't it? Come on. Let's go and look at this one.
No.
Get in the car quick.
I want to go. No. I'm not leaving.
We are. We're going to go and look at this one. I'm going to have a lovely day. Come on, babe. Come on, we were excited just now.
It's taken over 2 hours just to get JJ to put on his coat and shoes to visit his new school. For Mum Bobby, this represents a huge success. The unpredictability of a child prone to violent outbursts is often what's most stressful for a parent.
When he's at school, this is going to sound horrible, it just feels like a weight's off my shoulder until I get a phone call from the school saying we've had an incident. And then when I pick him up, it's like, here we go again. Cheers, pass the milkshake then. Go on then.
Knew it, and I knew it.
Thank you. It's a trigger factor. When he comes in and he's in a good mood, you think it's okay, and then when he turns, you think, oh God, what's he going to do?
No, Mum, I want to do that.
Oh, it's too late now, I've done that.
No.
We can do one more, a little one. That's it.
I said I would do the milkshake.
Oh, it's just not the end of the world, is it? Where are you going? If he's in a mood, it carries on for hours, maybe days. And if he's in a good mood, you get the opposite too. Frankie, come on in.
No.
Come on.
No.
We'll do another milkshake. No, come on in.
What?
Come on in. Don't do that, you'll break it. Frank, that's all my clean clothes. Now stop it. And 9 times out of 10, because I feel I'm the closest one to him, that it's going to be me that's going to get it.
Franklin's most recent attack on his mum was filmed by one of his elder sisters and sheds more light on the difficulties Tracy faces at home. This is the first time she's seen the clip.
Ah, here we go. Oh no.
Get off me!
Look, he's just home now.
Where's
the book?
What about your head? I never know.
He's punching me in my head and pulling my hair. This is horrible. No, I don't like this. And everyone's just laughing too.
Look, this is my fucked up family.
This is a regular...
I know.
This is normal.
Not good. Well, that's 44 seconds of what I normally put up with every day. It's not nice. And it's just a joke to everyone because they see it on an everyday basis. It's not good. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just carrying on doing what they've got to do. And I'm just sitting in the corner getting beaten up by a 7-year-old.
For Tracy, the realization that she doesn't have the support of her family to control Franklin's violent outbursts means bringing an end to them could be further away than ever. In the UK, reports of children being violent towards their parents are on the increase. Yet the causes involve a volatile mixture of issues. For some children, even the simplest request can trigger a violent outburst.
Ow, get off! Leave me alone!
Don't pull my hair.
Mum Bobby has asked 9-year-old JJ to stop playing his computer so they can go shopping for his new trainers.
You're not funny, and I don't like it.
Her request causes an extreme reaction.
Let go of my hair.
No!
Go on,
You leave me alone!
Let go of my hair, JJ.
I can't anymore! I can't hurt you! Get out of my way!
Dealing with JJ's violence is a daily routine for Bobby. During his worst rages, she has no choice but to physically restrain him, not just for her safety, but to protect him from hurting himself.
Get off! No! 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 Get off!
Just fighting for the sake of fighting, JJ.
With JJ's behaviour escalating, Bobby decides her only option is to remove him from the house.
Open the back door. You can't get him back down from where he's gone. When he feels it's unjust, you cannot reason with him. It's as if something all of a sudden switches off in his brain and you can't say to him, right, okay, let's talk about this. Otherwise, we'll have to stop him.
All I wanted you to do was go and buy some clothes. I don't care! No, you know what it's gonna say! Oh, yes, go do this! Go do that! Oh, I know! I'll make you angry, then you'll go and do it!
No, I don't want to make you angry.
As JJ's violent outbursts get worse, he has also received some devastating news about his new school placement.
So where's it left now? No school placement?
No school, no. They phoned her on Monday and they said to her that they couldn't offer him a placement because she'd mentioned that his behaviour had escalated.
I feel really sad for JJ. It's sad.
Southampton's Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service is one of the few such units in the country to tackle the growing problem of child-on-parent violence head-on.
Southampton has very much a multi-agency approach. If a family is referred, an assessment is done. Once they've got their assessment, an action plan is put together, which is to look at who needs to be involved in that family to support the family to make changes.
One of the families that Isla's team support is Tracy and her 7-year-old son, Franklin. Concerned about Franklin's escalating behaviour, Isla has come to see if she can help identify areas that may be triggering his outbursts.
I think for some parents, the ages of 5 to 10 can be very challenging. You know, I'll have a parent ring me up and say, my child is 7 and they're hitting me and I can't cope. You know, at 7, you're saying you can't cope with your child. You know, that's an incredible, sad statement for a parent to be making. Was there any violence at all in your life or his life?
We've had like a few barbecues and there's violence like come out, but he'd be too young to even spot that.
And what would happen?
Well, people get a bit too drunk and, you know, they'd swear and the odd fight might have happened, but I never thought he would have registered to it.
Violence is a coping strategy. That's it. It's to try and get something. So they've learned a pattern of behaviour. This is how I get what I want.
There's no bedtime routine because he won't go to sleep. So it don't matter what time we put him to bed. We put him upstairs at 7 o'clock and then he'll sleep when he's ready.
When you put him to bed at 7, what does he then do till he falls asleep?
Watches a DVD. Or he watches a TV. Yeah.
So what television is he watching?
Emmerdale, EastEnders, Coronation Street.
What you're describing to me is the approach and attitude that you would probably give a much older child. It's very important to recognise that there are things that are age appropriate.
The difficulty is that nobody else is going to be able to sort Franklin out.
Apart from Franklin and me, I need to help him.
It's you.
Yeah.
They have to have a parent who's going to put in reasonable boundaries and consequences.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't learn it.
Yeah, it's difficult to take because it makes you feel like you're doing everything wrong. Little things like bedtime pattern, for instance. You've got to put a DVD on because he won't go to sleep. That's how I look at it. And it's easier for me. It's definitely easier for me.
Isla's visit prompts Tracy to reflect on her own upbringing.
I felt my mum and dad definitely didn't love me because I was a troublemaker. If I didn't like something, I'd say I didn't like it. If I said I want to go out, I'd say to them, can I go out? And they said no, I'd just walk out. My brother and my sisters were definitely loved, you can tell that. But me, no. And I do think when they say the black sheep of the family, that's me. I'm a very big believer in karma, and I think Frank is my karma. For the things that I've obviously done to my parents when I was younger, I think he is my punishment.
Parenting a child prone to violence on your own, with very little support, is a constant pressure. In Sunderland, the only respite Lynn gets from her 14-year-old son, Brett, is when he spends nights away from home with a local charity called Blue Watch, who help him manage his anger.
I think my mum needs a break because I annoy her all the time.
To tell you the truth, I just want my time. I want time for me. I don't want to worry about him, the others, nothing. When I get my house empty tonight, I will go, whew. I might even go and get myself a couple of cans. I just want him to go away tonight. I need him to go away because I've had 2 weeks of hell sort of thing. I mean, my daughter's just had her babies. Right, what are you doing to us, son?
I want to know, you just started squealing.
Sonny's trying to be lovely to you, so don't cry.
Alone on her own at last, Lynn, like Tracy, wonders where her child's violence stems from.
I never thought my child would hit me, never. I just want him to get on in life. I mean, look at him there. Happy as Larry. He loved to dance. I'm crying. He's just my pride and joy, like my other two, and my grandkids. But I did wrap him up in cotton wool because I'd never had disabled parent before, so I give him leeway, and I think I've done wrong, but what's done's done. His dad left in November, and by the April he was married. He started wanting now, sort of thing. It really broke my heart when we split up because I thought he was the man for me and I was the woman for him, but apparently not. And that's how I've stayed on my own for 14 years now. There's like not a father figure in his life, sort of thing, so I've had to do both. But I think he needed a strong hand behind him, like to keep him in check, sort of thing, to know that there was a man in the house where he couldn't take over. I don't want to be scared of him. I want to love him as much as I can. I want him to love me. I know he does, but sometimes I don't like him. I'll always love him.
In many cases of child-on-parent violence, professional help can be the key to unlocking the problem. In Southampton, Isla and support worker Angela discussed JJ's most recent violent outburst.
The video the other day that they taped of his violent behaviour, the anger towards his mum was just tremendous.
Let me have what I want for once in your life!
And the words actually are so poignant that he says. And at one point he's screaming at her and he says, why can't I just do what I want for once in my life? For him, he must just feel so controlled.
Suffocated.
I really felt for him in the whole of that film because you could see how distraught he was. Sheer frustration.
Yes.
Keen to help Bobby and JJ gain control of his escalating violence, Isla and Angela visit the family to try and get to the root of the problem.
If there was a magic wand and you could wave it and things were brilliant, what would it look like in, say, 6 months' time?
Obviously, JJ being at school full-time.
So, yeah.
I think a nice, calm atmosphere, really.
Calm.
Living with JJ is not easy. No. And I can honestly see how a lot of people can't cope with a child like JJ. It's about getting him to do what we need him to do.
My mum bans me from everything. The boring rules.
So what was your upbringing like?
I was brought up by my father, actually.
Right.
My house was very clean and tidy. He was in the army.
So it was a strict regime.
Yeah, and he was quite a strict dad.
Yeah.
And being clean and tidy, I think that's, again, I think that's probably, you're going to do it to me again, aren't you? I do not have a diagnosis of OCD. I've always been tidy. I've always been extremely tidy. And I can remember being 11 or 12 and writing lists. And the first thing on the list was wake up. I was making my list. Wake up, make your bed, get out of bed, get dressed. OCD was never heard of back then. And even now, I do not have a diagnosis of OCD, even though I'm convinced, and I know I probably do have OCD.
You've described that if you've set something to be done in a certain amount of time, it's really important to you that that action is done within that set amount of time. It's whether he has to do it in your timing or whether you're giving him the option of doing it in his timing. If it's so important, then you will end up with these absolute kick-offs. Bobby is a fantastic parent. She cares so deeply about her children. But I know we unpicked how her OCD affects her and how she is so risk aware.
Bobby's overprotectiveness towards JJ has always been there.
He was a miracle baby. I never expected to have a little boy. We were told that we had a genetic disorder that meant I was highly unlikely to ever have a boy that would survive. So to have a son that actually survived was a miracle. I know he's challenging, I know he's hard work. In a way it sounds odd, but I'm lucky that I'm the one that's calming him down, because that closeness and that bond that we've got, I'm at the moment the one person that can calm him down. And that makes me feel special.
To stop the violence once and for all, both child and parent will have to work hard to change their behaviour together. For parents trying to find the cause of their child's violent behaviour, understanding all of the complex matters involved can be the first step to finding a solution.
Do you think I'm strict?
Yes.
Do you think I'm really, really strict, or middle strict, or a little bit strict?
Really strict.
What am I strict on?
Everything.
Despite her reservations, Bobby has agreed to work with JJ to overcome their issues together. She's desperate to help improve his behaviour so he can find a new school place.
We are going Go Ape.
We're going to Go Ape!
And JJ's going to go ape. He can only fall once, can't he?
Social workers Isla and Angela have designed an exercise they hope will help both Bobby and JJ move on.
If we could put her in a situation to really stretch her, to really push her out of that comfort zone, to make her realise that actually it's okay not to be that controlling, that she can just relax a little bit.
But you have got to make sure you see, that's what I mean, there's nobody checking he's disconnecting and everything properly.
Listen,
So I'm just thinking he's up there on his own.
Bobby, has JJ done anything today that makes you think he's not going to be responsible?
Only takes one mistake and he falls, do you know what I mean? One mistake and your child's dead, and I'm not willing to take that risk.
For Bobby, allowing JJ a degree of independence will be a long and hard process.
JJ wants to go up without an adult, and I can't be bothered to let him, because I'm a bad mother. You have to have one blue one on or one red one on at all times.
She just thinks she's doing what she should be doing by being a parent. But she needs to just learn to let go a bit and trust that her kids will cope on their own. You know, they'll be able to do these things and not kill themselves.
Off you go.
Gradually, Bobby gives JJ his space.
And we're kind of trying to let him be independent and deal with it all on his own without kind of like keeping a close eye on him. But he's very safety conscious when we're watching him from a bit of a distance.
I think this has actually helped today, because as much as the last bit was a bit of a hiccup, she still had to watch him go. So hopefully this is a step forward in the right direction.
Once they've been brave enough to say, I've got this problem, it's then going to be very much up to the family to say, I'm willing to work with whatever it takes to make that problem better.
7-year-old Franklin's mum, Tracy, has been working with his school in an attempt to manage her son's violent outbursts.
The school called me in today asking me to change a few things, like the way his food, like to go on a sugar-free diet, just to see if, for instance, if the sugar is making him hyperactive. So we're going to start that tomorrow. No sugar whatsoever. I don't know how he's going to take that. They want to help with me. They don't want to get rid of him. He's not a troubled child. They think that he can be changed a little bit with help from the school and me.
It's not just Tracy who realises that changing Franklin's behaviour will require hard work from everyone. Frank Sr. is also rethinking his role in his son's life.
This is like a bit of a relaxation for Frank. It takes his mind off of...
Being angry.
Exactly, being angry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So really, we need to take you down here more often so you don't get angry, innit?
Yeah.
Good. Frank, why is it you do get angry then?
Because some people wind me up.
They wind you up. We all get angry, but sometimes you've got to laugh it off, haven't you? Well, more times than sometimes. When it comes to Tracy, she needs to discipline him more than I do. I don't need to discipline him because I can say a couple of words and he'll just realise what he's doing and that's it, end of.
What?
Do you think your mum should be more strict with you? You know, when you do? Yes. There you go. Man said it himself from the horse's mouth. Yes, she should be more strict with him. So I think, you know, we've got to do more of this sort of thing with him. Because this is the first time he said to me, you know, this has stopped me from being angry. Now he's told me that, I'm going to have to make more of an effort to start taking him out places, and which I will do.
In Sunderland, Lynn's only respite from Brett's outbursts are the 2 nights a month he spends with the charity Blue Watch. They are trying to teach him the skills he will need to cope independently, away from home.
I know he gets frustrated and I know he gets angry, but he's going to have to learn not to tuck it out on me. And I'll just worry about life when life comes, when he's due to leave school. How will he cope? If he leaves home, will he cope? Can he cope? Don't know. Nobody's giving us the answers.
After working to resolve their issues together, Bobby and JJ at last seem to be making genuine progress.
He's loving it. And this is the first time since he was 5.
I think he's been a bit apprehensive about today, which is expected, really. He doesn't do parties normally.
Every time I've suggested a party, he's no, don't want it, don't want lots of people, and he's not wanted to do this. He gets anxious being around anybody. I kind of expected to take him out and take him home. Oh, we had a big kick-off this morning, major kick-off this morning. He was out the front door, he was gone, he wasn't coming to the party. With the agreement we've now got, if he asks me to leave him alone, I'm to leave his room, but he's not to trash it, I had to leave the room, which I did. He then slammed the door, but calmed himself down really, really well. So I was really, really proud of him this morning.
Bobby's new hands-off approach to parenting is a step in the right direction. However, there is still one major hurdle to overcome.
My main priority now is to get him into school. I have got to get him into school, and that's a very small step, but it's a very big step for us. He needs to be around other children. That's what normality is, and that's what will bring him back down to earth and give him normality in life, which will give us, in turn, normality at home. Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Best part. I just like to be me.
You are you, JJ.
I'd rather be me but not kick off. I don't really like being naughty. It doesn't make me feel good.
Well, if you, a family member or friend, have been affected by any of the issues you've seen in tonight's programme, please go to channel5.com/myviolentchild for information and support. Next tonight, it's Big Brother.